Well, Amber, if I have managed to do everything right, I believe we are live now. Are we live now, everyone?
That is awesome. I think we are.
Oh, there we are. Now we are. I don't know why I can't figure that out ever. It seems like after this point, we should know how to go live.
Tim, where are we?
We are, and we are in the OGTW Controls building, which probably
Nicer.
yeah, it looks a lot nicer than it did then. Probably looks a lot nicer than it ever. Well, yeah, pretty much ever has. But yes. So what else been going on at TW Controls?
Really just, it's been nice to catch up.
Yeah.
Catch our breath, catch up, build some things.
Jeff Kuiper, some days just getting motivated is a challenge. And yeah, this I'll have to admit this week has been a fog kind of.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and say it. So Michael he is in Finland. Things are going well for him. He is at language camp actually today, I believe. I wish and I should have wrote down the cities then. But yeah, so he was traveling today, but doing some sightseeing, learning. He's in language camp, so learning Finnish,
We've
and
got to meet some of his friends via videos.
and yeah. Oh yes, Bob. We definitely already miss Michael, and for many reasons. One, I mean, he's just always a pleasure to be around. But also, like I'm working out. Oh, so yeah, I was going to talk about things that we're doing. I'm working on a kinetics trainer, and I'm like, man, I just need one little tweak done on this bracket. Normally, I would probably send him a video clip. Hey, will you take these two holes out and adjust these just a little bit this away? And all of a sudden he'd be like, "Yep, here's the parts you need." And now it's like, "Oh man, I guess I gotta get in there and figure out how to do all this stuff again."
So what are you working on at TW Controls?
So yeah, today I've been working on a kinetics trainer. It is a dual servo kinetics trainer that we can. The school wants to. Well, they want to do basic kinetic lessons, but they also wanted to be able to do following lessons where one servo follows another and do some electronic gearing, things like that. And I think that servo's. I mean, that trainer's growing on me. I think it's going to turn out to be really nice. I don't have any good pictures of it yet because it's still well, we don't actually. I don't know. A lot of people tell me that, well, you should be able to design these completely in CAD and everything. And when you build them, they're just perfect, guys. It doesn't work that way for me. Because sometimes I see something and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, this would be better. Or, oh, I really didn't think how horrible that would be. So we have plates that really we use just to mock things up, figure them out. And then we'll take it all off. It'll get a nice skin and look all nice and yeah, so I don't have any good pictures of it yet. What we got there, Amber?
I can't read that far.
You can't read that far.
I
And
cannot.
I cannot figure out why we have an emoji in the way. So, guys, you do have to chat quite a bit because the bottom chat, for some reason,
Has these emoji.
has stuck an emoji here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is there an emoji there? Please share AB course something from beginner to advanced. Oh, well, I got that for you. And one of these days I need to have like my most frequently used links already ready to go. Because yeah,
Keep talking about that, and then we're like,
and every time, and just like today, it's like we get out here and there's always some little issue where we're like, oh, I didn't think about this. But so right here, this is pretty much AB. This will get you from beginner to some decent one here. So let's see. Yes, we always need bigger screens. Absolutely. Amber, are you listening? We need big screens. Everybody in the chat say we need big screens. Always need big screens. But yes, here is AB. Oh, let's just call this basic programming stream. And I am going to do some streams like this soon. Some more instructional live streams. So I was thinking about doing that today, but then I was like, well, we got enough we need to talk about, and just kind of unwind on and process and share some things with you. So yeah, yes. See, look, everybody keep telling Amber we need big screens. Everybody, we need big screens. Like this whole background should be like a screen.
say hello to your
I
mom.
used the wrong eye when I was winking. That's the way I should have. Hey, Mom. Good to see you. Let's see. Is that all of them, Amber? Just you're right. The screen's too small. I can't see.
I can't see. Well, and you've got it diagonal towards you.
Well, the keyboard, I mean, somehow I gave out a type.
I know.
So yeah, we are working on the streaming setup. We did get the background done, but like out this way needs severe work. It's like you gotta finagle your way into into your seats and everything.
We have a sign
Yes.
that tells everybody our names.
Yes.
If you didn't.
Just in case we forget who we are, then we now know we can look back and figure out who we are. Wendell Loesch. So it is funny because she is right. Usually I'm sitting on the right and Amber's on the left in live streams. Well, somehow when we got this out, I ended up over there and Amber was over here. And Wendell's sitting there looking at the sign. She's like, y'all are in the wrong seats.
And we're like,
oh.
oh. And so we put a couple of our personal touches on everything, and there's a little tiny signature something or other of us, if you can find it.
We're not moving them because I dropped it behind the couch twice. But yes, we got to work on our TW Control Lego accessories.
I know.
They need we look up.
YRG Lego.
I know.
We're about to go and put that up there.
Yeah, because I need to make a clip putting it together. It's real. That was, I gotta admit, YRG that was well played. A Lego robot. That was pretty cool. See, Jeff, you agrees. You need at least a 60-inch screen. Jeff, 60-inch screen's too small. Go bigger.
We need to go bigger, go home.
I used the wrong high again.
So when talking about screens, when we were at Automate, I really liked that one setup, the one booth where they took the 4 72-inch screens and put them all together so you could either have one big screen or you could have several different things going on. And I was like, could we pull that off at the PLC lab?
Yeah, but we're going to have some type of little something here, but yeah.
Yo, we got new desk at the PLC lab. Like,
yes.
Official. They have a drawer and an industrial metal magnetic cup holder. I mean, dang.
So yeah, and it's almost back together. Which yeah, I got to get on. Got to finish getting it back together. But
there's a junk table he needs to go through. By the way.
Yes. Yes, I have a junk table because yeah, we did. I mean, really, that was a lot more work than I was expecting.
Yeah.
But it does. It looks a whole lot better. And really, we had these folding tables, and it seems like it's not a big deal, but even the technicians, you like roll to one side, your knees hitting, and it's like now you can really get up close and personal with the PLC trainer.
Starting out, it was a perfect option because we didn't know where it was going to take us, and we didn't know if this was going to actually Well,
we were traveling, and we will never do it again, I hope. But used to, we'd have to go places to do training.
Yeah, and
it's like, nah, you just can't do that. And that seems like the question I answer near daily.
I know.
Is like, will you please come to our plant? We have a conference room. I'm like, all right, you have a conference room. You're not getting anything done in a conference room but conferencing. You are not going to do any real training.
My last phone call was, well, it would take us about a week and a half to pack it up. I said 2 weeks, actually. And then it would take us 2 weeks to set up, a week to teach the class, and then 2 weeks to leave. I was like, that just doesn't.
Well, you just can't do the same level of training, and that's.
And our equipment is very personable in our setting, so.
Hey, Daniel, good to see you there from Trinidad. Yes. What do you do down there? What else has been happening?
I'm thinking.
Everybody hold still. Amber is thinking. Oh, we did have one complaint about our last live stream. And guys, this is the way this is going to be. Someone's like, no.
Oh.
You interrupted me on like an epic pitch. I had it all prepared, but no, a lot of y'all complained that you didn't know that we were going live. And we're going to be sometimes just hitting the live button. So if you want to know when these are happening, I don't usually tell you this often, but this is one time you are going to have to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. That's the only way you're going to know. Because yeah, this one we did give less than 24 hours notice, but we still did give notice. But a lot of them, it's like, hey, let's go out there and let's talk about this. Sometimes it's like we got a list of questions that we're going to be doing kind of is, we log questions that come in. It's also, let's just go out there and kind of record them and talk about what else happening.
So you have 2 comments.
What you got?
I don't know. I can't see that far.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys, you got to rotate around here. Oh, now I'm real.
The screen.
Plus, the screen. The camera with the big word. Oh, now you go. Now what you got?
Forgot the intro. Hi, Robbie here from San Diego. Best weather city in the U.S. Okay, so I'm going to talk about weather for a minute.
Hold on. We should go to San Diego.
We should.
Yes.
We've talked about it.
Because, yeah, it would be not. I do hear the weather is always awesome there. Okay, what you got on weather?
I was gonna say that I want to move somewhere where they have perfect weather because 2 weeks in a row on a Thursday, like last Thursday and this Thursday, the temperature has dropped significantly and it's rained and I mean significantly, like 20 degrees. It rains and then the sun comes out and the barometric pressure's all over the place. So I feel like I have a cold, but it's really just allergies and the weather. And I sound like such an old lady when I say that. But Tim and I have talked for years about where could we go where the weather will not affect our allergies or our joints.
Yeah, let's see. You were looking for Modbus. I do have some Modbus videos. Daniel, copy link. Here are some Modbus videos to help you out. I have Modbus RTU and Modbus TCP. I said, one of these days, guys, I'm going to have these links ready. All right. Mukesh, you want to read it, Amber?
Thank you, Tim and Amber, for sharing basic programming link. Can you please share the AB Advanced full PLC course link with step-by-step?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, we have connected components and on Studio 5000. Just go to our lessons section. So here is all of our PLC lessons. What you got next, Amber? DCS hardware. You know what? In the principle, they're all very similar, but yeah, I don't have anything on any DCS hardware. Whoops, I scrolled too fast.
Yeah. So I think you're here.
Yeah, Daniel. So power generation application, retrofit and obsolete relay logic controllers. That's always fun. So I kind of miss some of those where, especially, a lot of old relay panels are like artwork. And you almost hate to tear them down, but, to take it, have to figure out, okay, how are they thinking through these processes, as, this relay has to click and then there's timed relays and everything, and then writing programs for it. That was kind of fun.
Yep.
Yes, Mary Bruce, we should definitely go to San Diego.
Since we have a Mary Bruce in our life, that might be a possibility for us to go. I don't know. Probably won't be soon, since there's a lot going on, but.
Nah, come on, Jeff. I mean, 4 to 20 milliamp is so easy. I mean, all you got it's only 2 wires, right?
DCS hardware, you have not gave the answer. DCS hardware? You have not gave the answer?
Oh, I don't know. There's a heart in the way still.
I know. We're still trying.
We're trying to figure out what YouTube has done, but there's like this emoji thing in the way until somebody puts the next chat up. Ebach, I'm doing microgrid project. Very interesting topics nowadays when we're talking about renewable energy. So, I guess I don't know. What is considered a microgrid? Because I guess, okay, obviously, or a major grid, I guess it's like a power grid. And then I guess you would have a household renewable energy. Is a microgrid like several, like a neighborhood, or is it like a house?
That's a good question, because I've wondered that too.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
How's your sound, everybody, by the way?
Amber has been very worried about the sound. She kept looking at the bars. That's why I had to switch screens too. She's like, the bars aren't balanced. And I'm like, well, I think we're going to be okay.
Well, you talk a little bit louder than I do, or you project a little bit louder than I do, and then when I try to project, it sounds like cat's squealing. So yeah. It's very screechy.
All of a sudden the mic like cuts her out. Thinks it's the cat in the background or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. And we have no cat. Do we, Mary?
Oh, all right.
Screams or sound. We have a customer with a microgrid. Oh.
So yeah, what is a microgrid then? Oh, here we go. Solar panel, wind turbine, battery storage. Oh, small scales at home. Yeah. So is a microgrid considered like household? Because yeah, I guess I did do one project where we had solar, we had wind power, and then it was diesel. Had a combination ready for it all. Amber's volume is a little low.
Oh.
I got to chat. I don't know what the last word is.
Well,
Lower W.
I wish y'all could see our screen.
I know, it's like,
It's so
what is
dumb.
going on with YouTube? But yeah. Well, Jeff, we'll figure out what you said when somebody throws something else in the chat.
Maybe I just need to speak a little closer to
Lower wise.
No.
No, I mean, here, hold on. Hold, please. Let's see.
He says he wants me to be relaxed.
There you go. Does that help hers, or does that just make me scream louder?
I don't know. I mean, I'm in the yellow systems. Okay.
Large LNG complex, 10 solar turret. Oh, yeah. So
Wow.
it's a serious system there. Let's see. Guys, can you please make a video on network topologies
Systems.
and how?
He corrected himself down here. And how to connect with our PLC. Oh, and systems. Okay, I got it.
I do have some. I mean, can you be more specific? Because yeah, I mean, I have a lot on Ethernet, a lot on connecting devices over Ethernet, a lot on Ethernet troubleshooting. I don't have a playlist specifically on that though. Probably should, but no, I don't have one particularly on it.
That might be an idea.
It could be an idea. Yeah, and I've been working on. Yeah, I guess I have some new content coming. I kind of missed the boat, I guess. I did not realize the new Micro 850, the Micro 850, the 2080 L50E. That will do Ethernet Class 1 messaging, so you can have like a generic module in your quote unquote IO configuration like you can in Compact Logic. So I'm going to do some videos on that. That's been exciting. And already I have one. Oh, there you go, Chris Elston. Do you want to throw anything in the chat so I could say something? Because I didn't know if whether to say anything. But I'm getting ready to record some videos. If Chris wants to say a little bit more, I'll say a little bit more. But so what I was getting at initially is I'm getting ready to make some more Micro 800 videos. And so I'd love to know what all you'd want on it. But yes, so YRG Inc. has made their add-on instruction for their linear actuator work on the Micro 850. And that is a game changer, because really now you have motion control on a PLC that's less than $500 or somewhere around there. So that's a huge deal. So I'm getting ready to set up, oh yes, and the 870. I've never played with an 870, honestly, but I think the only difference is IO size, but I'm not sure. But so I'm getting ready to record videos on how to set that up as a Ethernet device and do some motion control videos. And I know I'm behind on a few other video requests, mainly data logging, doing stuff with the SD card on it. And yes, so hopefully all that'll be coming out.
That is radical.
Oh, yeah, well, yes. Hey, Cameron. Yeah, oh, it has double the memory. Oh, that's why you're stressing the Micro 870. Yeah, okay. So I will need to probably, there you go. I mean, I'll have to buy one of those now, Amber.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
But yeah, so I am getting ready. In fact, I actually, guys, if you didn't know it, I'm actually lacking an actuator starting that video, but I am gonna hopefully set up on that probably during the next training week, which is in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
it is.
There you go. Mary Bruce says we need a Micro 870 and 100-inch screen. We are getting close to the right screen size. see. Love the Micro 850s. My customers love it too. Makes affordable retrofit for relay logic. It does, and I have a lot of people that are they think well, I want to learn Studio 5000. We start talking through it. I'm like, you may want to learn Studio 5000, but why do you need to learn Studio 5000? And usually they're going to be starting out probably with the mini edition, and there's nothing wrong with the mini edition. But it only does ladder logic. And that's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, if you get a Micro 850, first it's going to use the free software. You can learn about ladder logic. You can learn about function block programming. You can learn about structured text. I mean, and really, especially now that L50E, and I guess the L70E, I guess it's an L70E, that'll cover a large amount of the applications that you see out there. What you got, Amber?
Love Micro 50s. My customers love it too. Make it affordable retrofit for old relay logic machines. Customer operators are always delighted to see HMI graphics instead of following a sequence of pencil pilot lights.
Yeah, and it's I guess we started recording an inductive automation series too. So that is coming out. We're about 5 videos into it. Got a long ways to go on it, but yeah, that is coming. And while we're set up on the linear actuator, we're also going to be doing some more Panel View 800 videos. So, ready to go on a recording marathon, which we've had a nice break recently.
We have.
No, I mean, realistically, we have videos ready because really that's what we do is we kind of stack them up, get a trainer set up, and then I may sit there for, 8 hours a day just talking through stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting ready to go through another long batch of that.
Please make videos on flow meters, PT, LT, TT, and configuration with PLC system.
Okay, you're going to have to probably break out. I'm not really good with the acronyms. I got a flow meter. I'm guessing a pressure transducer, a level transducer, and a temperature transducer, but I don't know for sure. I'm not really good with all that. See, a lot of customers, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
A lot of customers are reluctant to buy 5000 series because the cost of the software is a showstopper. It's not actually a showstopper. And the biggest thing I wish Rockwell would do is make it clearer what software you need. Because about $400 a year, you can get in the entry level of Studio 5000. And if you don't need function blocks, structured text, and you're not working with control logics, then that'll cover you. Now, if you hit safety or control logics or those things, then yeah, it can become cost prohibitive on that. The line within us, that's Chris Granger. You didn't know? Yes. It's good to see you there, Chris. So yeah, and Rockwell charged 1 year support as well as yeah, and that's I don't know. I gotta admit that if you use their support, when I say use, I don't mean abuse, but if you use their support to help as a learning tool, it's well worth money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're going to pay $400 for Studio. So I think it's $180 for Connecting Components Workbench Developer. You don't really need Developer, but it does give you access to 8 to 5 support. And I mean, $180 and you have access to some of the top engineers on the software. That's worth the money if you'll use it. In other words, if you get stumped or you need help, I mean, obviously you can't ask them for everything, but they're extremely sharp on the software.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Where are we at, Amber?
The very last one?
The very last one. And there's a heart in the way. Somebody needs to throw something in the chat so we can actually read the last comment. Can you figure out what that says? Oh, there we go. Quite right. PT, IT, and TT. LT. Oh, yeah. I'm not good with the acronyms still. Lala Shounder. Yeah, I need somebody got to spell out some acronyms for me. I can't follow you.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Tim and Amber from
Kyrgyzstan. Yes. Hey, nice to see you. Thank you, Chris. Yes, this is the background. It's sometimes we need the training center because you really need to lay some stuff out. But sometimes you just kind of want to get comfy. I mean, I'm sitting here in my barefoot, got my legs stretched out, on a nice couch. We want to be able to come and just kind of talk about, just have a relaxed place to talk about things.
And we randomly, like Tim said, we randomly go live. And if you didn't know, we have, of course, 2 other channels, our baby channels or whatever. And so it's not always on this main channel. Sometimes we're on those channels. Sometimes we do this Sunday before I go ball, or just whenever it hits us, like, hey, let's go live.
Yeah. So yes, if you do hit that subscribe button on this channel, but also go over to our channel page and you can see the other 2 channels there. All right, what's next there, Amber?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Uh-uh.
I've been around PLCs since the 1774s, back in the 80s, and kept abreast all about the various lines, but not knowledgeable all on guard logics. So we do. Now, Jeff Kuiper's in the chat. I gotta admit, when I have a safety question, I have to go to him, but I'm gonna be leaning on him. Not, probably not in this next batch of videos, but very soon. I don't want to get into sizing safety or figuring safety out, but I think we need to do some examples of, what is a SEAL 1 system, a SEAL 2 system, SEAL 3, SEAL 4. What do those terms mean? I mean, what does it mean that you have to do? Hey, it's Gail now.
So with AB, you always need support.
I don't know. What about us? You're watching our videos. We're not good enough.
Let's see. Oh, Chris says it makes it feel like he's in our living room.
Yeah.
That's what we were trying to portray.
Hopefully we have a very crude camera mount right now, so I can't spin it around. Chris, you wouldn't believe it because guys, here's where things come back, and do not burn your bridges. Chris hosted our first website.
Yes,
The OG TW Controls was hosted by Mr. PLC. And man, I mean, those little things that get you started. But yeah, this room, I mean, even the total building size is 12 foot by 16 foot. That is what we started at. And that had the lawnmower and everything in it.
So I guess this is our studio?
I don't know. I have
home
no idea
studio.
what this is.
We could call it our home studio because we call it so many different things. I think we should call it the home studio.
Yeah, it really sat abandoned for a while, and we're like, okay, do we tear it down or do we do something with it? It's kind of where it was at. And really, going back to why did we have this? The other thing about the PLC labs is it's not at our house, so sometimes it's like we want to just record. And the shop, probably half of you who are watching this have complained about the echo when we're making videos in the shop.
Yes.
But it is a shop. It is where we build things. So we're not gonna do any sound editing or getting it out of it. Go ahead.
And speaking of the shop, we have rearranged and created almost like a manufacturing flow. A little flow.
For manufacturers.
Like we're actually for reals.
Well, and I guess, because I think the last, actually, was it on this channel, though? I don't know if I don't remember if I've told you guys, we turned in our UL.
What's at this channel?
Yes, we are no longer a UL 508A panel shop. It got to the point, really, we were building more trainers and doing more training, and when we would get a panel order, it was just not in the natural flow. And there's a point you got to say, hey, you can't be into everything. One of us says to the other 2 every week, there's only 3 of us, and that's what you have to remember. So the shop was a panel building shop that we were building trainers in. And so we took down all the wire racks. We gutted. I mean, we had places for wire duct. It's like, well, if we're not building panels, why do we have a place for wire ducts? So
we have found things that we can give away to. Like we've found things that we know other people can use, and so that's felt good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, here, I know you're doing this, you can use this. We should make a regular schedule on the streaming.
We have tried,
And it
what
didn't work out either, did it, really?
well, there's two reasons that a regular schedule doesn't work on the stream. And one, maybe eventually it will if we get like we're doing right now. Um, the issue with the regular schedule on the streaming is you're depending on us having a regular schedule in life, and it doesn't happen that way. So,
Know what to talk
yeah.
about. Like sometimes, and we didn't even, and I don't know. We just, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, like, we
Well,
just don't know what to talk about.
but so class weeks are out,
Yep.
and so we're 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off with classes. So you're already going to have a 2 week split, and we're going to try to do some on the weekends during it, but also, the mainly the streams where we're not coming to you from here, where I'm actually setting something up, they're time consuming. And that's why I've done less of them. I really wanted to do live streams and I enjoy going through programming and having you guys talk, and ask questions. And really, a lot of times y'all come up with better ideas than I have about how we're doing stuff. And I think that's why those are successful, but they're a lot of work.
Yeah. Hey, Tim.
Oops, hold on. I was talking too much. Hold up. Let's see. Where were we?
For guidance or support, WRT automation system troubleshooting through WhatsApp.
No, I don't do anything on WhatsApp. So it is this live stream right here, and we do the live streams sometimes. Although you can ask your questions now, I don't have anything to demo, but so a lot of times, as I'm saying, we'll set, and we're going to do more of that. We're going to have like a Micro 800 setup, and we're going to do a live stream on Micro 800. And I'll probably be talking through doing something, but then if somebody has a question, I'll be like, yeah, we can show you how to do that. But yeah, we don't do any WhatsApp support. Honestly, we're not doing much email support anymore because really, it's really the phone has got the point it rings off the hook. The email, gosh, I don't even want to know how many emails I've gotten while we've been sitting here doing this. But yeah, and here's the other reason is if you ask your question during this, not only will it help you, but also I'm probably going to help someone else out there that's watching.
There should be somebody in the chat that can help you as well.
Mm-hmm. See, hey Tim, I recently visited a plant where all the SCADA was based on DNP3 protocol. What do you think? What do you think DNP3? What do you think? Nothing wrong with DNP3 protocol. I don't know a tremendous amount about it, but I mean it still works. So. See, is Eaton a popular PLC in the U.S.? It exists in the U.S. I don't really know the demographics that well. A lot of people claim to know the demographics. I will tell you, Allen Bradley's number one. I would wildly guess Siemens is number two. And honestly, from there, I don't know if it'd be like Mitsubishi or Omron or Eaton will probably be right in that mix about that point too. So, but I don't know for sure.
Chris said, "You found your groove for sure. You are the best at what you are doing now. All three of you. UL is for boring people."
Yeah.
Dang! What a job.
And I was getting ready to say, I am if you need UL panel building, I'm recommending Jeff Kuiper at Home Circle Automation. And
We'll let Chris and Jim hash it out.
But yeah, I enjoy building panels. I enjoy doing training, but what I don't enjoy is, being working on one and all of a sudden there being something needs done on the other, and and Mary Bruce, jerking her around back and forth of, oh yeah, we got a panel to build at the shop. Can you go do that? It's like, so you could, and I tell people all the time, and even when I see people starting out there, I saw someone's LinkedIn post the other day that was pretty much, we can do anything. And when you're starting out, you probably do need to do everything.
The things, yeah.
But narrow down your niche as soon as you can and just become, more specialized and more specialized and more specialized. And I think everybody learns that, you can't do it all.
We are here.
We are here.
So if you want to,
Ah,
what does it take to keep your UL 408A cert?
yeah, the 508A certification. So it is, It's a lot easier than people make it out to be. So there is an initial fee and a training session you go to. It's 8 hours of training, and I highly recommend that you go to UL to do the training. They will come to your place. And honestly, going back to our training and whether we should be on site, here's another good example. I could, and if let's say I had a group of people, I could get you all to come do the training here, but I get to go to their testing center. That's fascinating. I mean, take care, and you all was in their element there, and I mean, it was a great learning opportunity. But after that, you have to be inspected quarterly. So you all pretty much call you up or show up and say, hey, here to inspect you. And every UL inspector is different, but everyone I have talked to that experiences with different panel shops as far as the UL inspectors, the biggest things is labeling and marking and having, your torque wrench is calibrated. And that's really the big thing that people miss. People are like, well, I mean, I just got to tighten down the screw, right? Well, no. Every screw has a torque value, and so that's really that documentation piece is the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
I know. It's right here. Yep.
Yep.
Chris says, well, 5 of you technically, and he's gone. He had to go.
Yeah, don't care. See, Eaton PLC using their switchgear. Eaton makes some good switchgear.
Okay.
Let's see. Gotta go. Love the show. Kean's PLC guys here to show us the new Ethernet IP stuff. Well, share that with us. Jeff Kuiper is not a boring person. He's the best. Yes, he does have a big heart. Yep. I agree.
Oh, and then he answered, yeah.
Yeah, quarterly cost as well as the annual cost. And honestly, I think, what is it, $5,200? I think it is.
Jeff
I did a video on it.
Yeah, Jeff would know.
Let's see. What would I have called that? UL?
Cost?
No.
Yeah.
Barriers. It's something. Oh, obstacles. I think this is it. No, this is not it.
No.
UL start. Well, if y'all go browse our channel, you will find it somewhere. I do not know where it is. As
You act like you've got like almost 100,000 videos out there.
I know I think we did take over the 1,000 mark though. So we did take over. Let's see, MTR exam. Actually, here's 2 good ones. Well, why didn't they come up? It is cost. Here is the cost of becoming UL. Cost of becoming UL 508A. But so that's the one thing. And the other thing that is you have to pass the MTR exam. And so here is the UL MTR exam. So obviously money, quarterly inspections, and then the MTR exam I think has to be taken every 3 years. And I can admit that was some of the best training that I have done in a while. UL did an excellent job on that. Sometimes you go into a training or especially a test taking situation, and you can tell that really the accreditation board is the one that made the people make the test.
Mm.
And that's why, people ask all the time, well, is your training accredited? It's not that hard to get your training accredited. I mean, really, I think again, it's money usually, $5,000 a year, somewhere around in there. But what the deal is I really have to dumb down my training to meet any accreditation. Mm-hmm. Because part of accreditation is making it where anybody can do it. Mm-hmm. And so where was I going with that? Oh yeah, but UL, I don't think they were interested in any accreditation board when they made that training. It was outstanding training. Let's see.
Jonathan. Hey guys, I love your content and I'm sure I speak
Sorry, I'm moving this all around.
for everyone when I say that I appreciate all the guidance and educational information y'all provide to the community. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. That means a whole lot. It really does, guys. I mean, it does. Because sometimes I do sit here and I'm like, why am I doing this?
We second guess ourselves quite a bit.
Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations for a control technician that would eventually like to start his own automation business? Just do it. You can go answer that so quickly. Just do it.
wait, was that on the main channel or was that on, where did we put the business one that we were doing?
Oh,
Hold on, that was, so we just did a live stream where we talked about where, oops,
how, what, like getting started.
hold on, let me get, Amber's got me zoomed in so far, guys, I can't see what I'm doing.
You can zoom out now.
Oh,
It's thinking. And I'm not yawning because you're boring.
it's because I'm,
I'm just tired.
let's see. Uh,
The fate of our future?
no, we did not do it on this one. So,
Oh.
hold please while I go.
Going to another place, another time.
Let me see if I can do it without making a bunch of noise on.
Incognito window, just in case it.
Oh, look, we're live. Can you believe? Look, check that out, Amber.
Just in case.
We were live.
Right.
Hey, we can watch ourselves here.
Okay.
So yeah, we that was kind of an experimental. Oops, get that out of the way. So yeah, we've been trying to think.
Oh, is it the Get Real one?
No, I gotta be honest, I can't find it. We've really got to organize our videos better. As they've grown, it's become really difficult
Yes.
to do. It's in one of the past three live streams if you go back and look at them, and I can't remember which one it is. But we talk about really how we got started, which was probably the wrong way.
Is there a right way though?
Well, according to the books, there are, and probably according to most people's common sense, there are. But yeah, we started 8 months pregnant with Michael, and we both quit our jobs and started the company.
Look where we are now. He
Yeah.
lives in Finland.
But yeah, it took a whole lot of, it was a lot of hard work. A lot of people, I talked to a lot of people want to start a business, and they're like, well, I want they're looking for more of the freedom, and I'm like, you're not free when you start a business. I mean, and we're not even free now. We're in it for a while. But a lot of people are more disgruntled employees or they don't like their boss or having some friction. That's probably the wrong reasons. Um, but yeah, you're right, there's probably no wrong time to say.
Just do it. Just do it.
All right. Oops. I just jumped like crazy, didn't I?
You're
Well, all right. CCNA. What is CCNA, London boy? I can't think of what that one is. Control.
Concepts? Yeah.
North America. CCNA.
He'll answer us.
Somebody drop that in there. I'm not sure what that is. What you got?
Mike, I remember showing up on an install with a torque screwdriver to go through the install panels. Got a few strange looks, but also no pulled out wires.
Well, and that's required now, and a lot of electricians are bucking it. Like, I've been doing this for the last 26 years. I know exactly how many creaks to hear on that screw when it's at the right torque. Which really, when you're hearing the creaks, you're over torque them, and then they almost all screws and electrical panels get over torqued, and that is a surprising thing because even that was probably one of the things when we started being UL. We weren't torquing our screws beforehand. We'd be honest. Well, we'd be honest anyway. I'd be honest if UL was here, but no,
I keep thinking over twerking.
but anyway.
Eric, how can you tell?
But they found most panels the wires are over torqued, and then as you build heat, that becomes an issue, or they're under torqued. And we were building panels, and this company used every happy homeowner electrician to install their panels. And I'll tell you, it was fascinating then. It's like, man, I mean, I should have shot a video on one of those. As I started taking a thermal camera with all the motors running, and you would see hot spots on the contactors, exactly where somebody had under torqued, or they ran the insulation up and crimped down the insulation. And yeah, you go shut that one off and pull it out, and sure enough, you'd see where it smashed the insulation. But no, yeah. I don't know why electricians are bucking that so hard either. I mean, really, It's no more work, and that's what people. Well, I would do UL, but I got a schedule to keep. I'm like, UL does not slow you down. I mean, the only slowdown part really is I gotta take the UL sticker and stick it on the inside of the cabinet.
Straight.
Be well, as straight as possible. But beyond that, really, UL is just you saying that you're doing the things you're supposed to do. And if you're building a good panel, you're probably doing the things you're supposed to do.
That's right.
The biggest thing I found when I became UL was we were overbuilding our panels. Mainly because I didn't know why certain things were like I would need a 9 amp contactor and I would put a 30 amp contactor there and didn't realize, well, okay, one, I didn't realize the difference between amperage ratings and horsepower ratings. But, just I thought certain things and I'd heard certain myths. And so, yeah, we saved money by going UL. Let's see. Is 4 days training for certification in Profibus and Profinet provided by Siemens worth it? There is no training out there that I would say is not worth it.
Yeah.
And training by, if you want to learn about Profinet, if you really need to learn about Profinet, Siemens is probably the best place to go figure it out, really, because they are Profinet.
Yeah.
I'm going to some Siemens training soon, hopefully. So
exciting.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
you just did some AB training too, didn't you?
yes, I got to play with Factory Talk Optics. And it was it's a very interesting software. Yeah, they say it's going to complement what they have, and I mean publicly I've never been very for Factory Talk View, so I can say without a doubt it is light years ahead of Factory Talk View, and then I probably will end up using it before the end of it. So let's see. Jeff, go for it. Oops, sorry, scroll. Sometimes this thing is jumping and we got this stupid heart emoji in the way now.
Jeff said the UL MTR is a great reference. It wasn't the usual death by PowerPoint. Very good.
Yes, and that's the only thing I'll knock UL on when we became UL is a lot of it was death by PowerPoint. And I have no idea what it's like to go in there now, but really, especially the last section, the short circuit current rating section, the SCCR, that was the best put together definition and explanation of short circuit current rating I have ever seen. So they did an outstanding job on that. Gail now love it. Just do it. Great advice. And that is part of it. I think we can what if things to death, and arguably we might should have what if that slightly, but I don't know if it had not been just the amount of frustration, the amount of emotion, the amount, I mean, and honestly, probably at the time, the amount of overconfidence I may have had in my abilities, we probably would not have made it. So you're right. I mean, and here's the thing that I wish they would teach in school is failure is an option. I fail all the time. I mean, and I build trainers all the time, and I look at it and I'm like, all right, that's crap. Throw it in the garbage. And that's part of it. You just move on. What else does Gail say there?
You got this, which is right above your head.
Yes. Where am I? I don't know where any of this is. Amber did a great job. Everybody, if you didn't know it, Amber did.
He hung the shelves.
Not hung the shelves. I can hang the shelves. I can have. I mean, I almost had to text Michael in Finland today because I am having a small issue. It's like I can kind of do the camera stuff, but yeah, I didn't do this part.
Yeah, and as you know, my show is about curious minds, and I love how you both celebrate curiosity and taking action. Yes, check out Gail's show because it is awesome. I love. What was it last week's episode? I don't know. I'm so far behind on catching up on everybody's shows because I was, we'd been kind of engrossed in our son's life and getting him sent off. This is off subject. I was checking emails while Linda was getting her nails done because she had to have fresh nails because she started school yesterday, so she had to be fresh, But I was sitting there checking emails and I hadn't responded to people from after Automate. That's how like I was like, oh, I'll get it later. I've snoozed it and kept snoozing it, kept snoozing it, and I was so. That's what I've been doing today. Is finally catching up with everybody, finally catching up on everybody's shows.
Now, and it is, yeah, well, I don't want to say we got behind. I mean, our priorities were in the right place. We want to spend time with our kids because, yeah, well, so even now school started, so it's not like I can just walk in there and talk to Wendell.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were in the right place. Oh, CCNA, Cisco Network. I don't know why I couldn't come up with that. I hear that's the best networking certification there is. I can't. I would have to ask Josh Fargus at Traceroute, and he is my go-to guy for anything networking related.
Yeah.
Or if I have a networking question, or I think I need networking training, he's the guy I would go to find that out. So yeah, it's the Traceroute. It's not traceroute.com though. What is it? Let's see. Let's just find Josh Fargus's and put him in here in LinkedIn.
He's fun.
Yeah, and incredibly smart about networking, and that's the thing. We don't have. Going back to people start off thinking they need to be do everything. Well, no, you don't need to do everything. You just need to know the smart people that you can go find. But yeah, go check out Josh. The wrong button. It's really hard to type and talk at the same time, guys. If you didn't know that.
You got it? There you go.
Let's just call him the networking
God.
genius. There we go. Josh Fargus, networking genius. Let's see. Jonathan, you want to read that one?
Yeah, most people advise I start my own business so I don't have to work for anybody but myself, but they fail to realize that you will always work for the customer.
Yeah.
That is so true.
You're working for the customer?
As well as your employees.
You're working for, your employees, you're working for your spouse, you're working for your kids, so, and it has been, nowhere in this sentence that I'm saying it's been fields of sunflowers, but it has been a very enjoyable. There are a lot of awesome companies out there that I do think are very good to work at. I mean, there was a time I thought everybody should have their own business, but
I saw something several weeks ago, and it's still sticking with me. The best managers or owners of businesses are the ones that when you walk in the room, you can't tell the difference between the manager and their employees or the bosses and their employees because they are in the trenches. They are there with their employees as an equal. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so, so true.
Yeah. Let's see. Oops. I don't know why this thing keeps jumping. We have a stupid heart emoji on the chat now. And when I try to scroll, it jumps like crazy. Let's see, when I went to Jeff Kuiper, when I went to UL training, they said over torque was worse than under torque. And they're absolutely right. That's what my UL inspector would say as well. I forget what percent it was. I mean, but it was something like only 20% when they were field testing things were actually torqued correctly. And it was something like way over torqued and then not as many under torqued. But yeah, if you under torque something, you can always correct the torque if it hasn't arced in there or anything. But if you over torque it, the screw, you've ruined the screw. And you're absolutely right there. Let's see.
So, to Jonathan, some of my senior colleagues start their own business after working at the company for more than 20 years. Seems it's the trend now.
Well, and you do need, and here's what I would say, because I do see a lot of people fresh out of school trying to start a business. You do need some experience. I did get some experience. I worked for a small shop, so I kind of understood how a small company worked. And I worked for unmanaged companies or poorly managed companies. I saw how that worked. I worked for corporations, and I knew and part of it is just knowing how to even navigate it, knowing why they are asking for the things they're asking for. Because larger corporations, they ask for things all the time that I'm like, well, I would never ask for that if I was doing it, but now I understand why they need the things they need. And so you do need that piece of the experience. And I don't think I don't even think business school will give you that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I'm seeing that a lot as well. Part of the reason I want to get ahead of myself. I understand it takes time to get the knowledge through experience, but I'd hate to wait 20 years to make that decision. Agreed.
Well, and another way is find companies to work with. I'll try to find good quality companies to work with. We may have made the mistake of not finding the most quality ones at times, but you can, if you find a company that values you, not values your services, but values you, then,
If an individual values your knowledge,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, and it is investing in your success. I mean, yeah, and I can't if it's an engineering firm and they need control panels for what they're doing, maybe they could get a control panel built anywhere. But if you're building good control panels and you're taking care of the customers when they have problems, they're going to see value in you beyond that dollar, and you can start learning through them. I mean, and really. Yeah, a lot of the field work, getting jobs where you're in the field with a bunch of other companies. I mean, from the ones that have been there and done that, to you will see a lot of them that are brand new and not doing it well. Just try to learn from every one of them. Let's see. Amber always does a great job. Gail's laughing at you afterwards, though.
Thanks, Gail. I think her laughter means like,
Oh, no, I get it. No, she's joking. She doesn't think you do a good job.
no, I know what her laughing's for. I get it. Wait, am I doing the right wink? I get it.
Darn, she used the right eye too. Now I don't know what she was winking about.
Now you can go down because you've already answered that one.
Yes, well now I remember now 6'2" certified network administrator. I should know that because I see that all the time. But honestly, on the fly, I struggle so much with acronyms. I mean, I don't know why. I just do. Yes. Let's see. We got Josh.
London boy.
There it goes again. Why is it
Have
jumping?
you been using ChatGPT for anything? I've been using it a lot recently to answer obscure controls questions, and it's great.
So I did some Chat GPT, and I was not incredibly excited about it. Oh man, it's not going to let me bring it up. So here's a couple of them I did on Chat GPT, and it's okay. I guess that's where I would leave it at. Let's see, Chat GPT. There's one of them, and here's the other one. So I had to do my homework, and I had to try to write a PLC program, and both of them didn't do great. And what I'll say about ChatGPT, the issue with it, and they can fix it, but I don't know that they will, is it needs to say how confident it is in its answer. And probably there's a time for ChatGPT to say, I don't know. Because yeah, I did convince ChatGPT one time that you could program an Allen Bradley PLC with TIA Portal. And it was just me just throwing stuff around. And yeah, I mean, so ChatGPT is going to try to give you the answer that satisfies you. It's not necessarily the correct answer. But yeah, I also have tried to have it write articles for me. Yeah, that didn't work out well. Now, if I do something mainstream, because I also did play with mainstream ideas, and it works great. I mean, yeah, no problem there.
Hey, Tim, do you have any experience in the automated packaging industry? And will you be attending Pack Expo this year in Las Vegas? So I will actually comment on that.
Oh, I thought you were going to Pack Expo. I'm like, I'm jealous because I wanted to go.
I would look for our friends at Flexline.
Yes, Flexline.
Kathy Ryan.
Yeah.
And so she has, that is another couple-owned business. That is another married couple-owned business, and their children are involved in their business. But she is very familiar with automated packing in the automated packaging industry. Ugh. And she will most likely be at Pack. Well, she will.
Yeah, she will be at Pack Expo.
So look her up, find her. She's amazing. That whole company's amazing, but she's like a wealth of knowledge.
Yes, I would love to go, but
I don't know when that is.
It's this fall. I know I looked at it, and I couldn't make it. I think I have class. I can't remember.
Class, and then I know we really want to go to IAPA. That's gonna be super fun. All right.
CK Nolan there.
You can't really properly build your business while working a full-time job. You have to get to a point where you can survive for a few months and jump in with both feet.
Yeah, overall, I will agree with you. We didn't get that part down like we were supposed to. But you're right. I do see that a lot, and it seems like people really have a difficult time with that transition if you're at a comfortable job. Oh, comfortable's not the right word.
No.
What's the word I'm looking for? A job that provides what you need. I can't think of can't think of the
What
word.
you're saying.
But if you're at a job like that, it's much more difficult to make that jump. And that's why I kind of say Amber and I both very quickly, and man, I can't believe I need to retitle that one live stream. We both were in job situations where all of a sudden we were not happy. And that was the motivation we need. Now, the issue we did is we had no money. I mean, we did not have the money
We
to
were
do
broke.
it. I mean, and guys, you don't realize just how broke is. But but it was yeah. I don't. We probably should have saved, but I don't know that we could have saved better. Everything happened
No,
really fast.
It was very fast,
Yeah.
and it was, which is how a lot of things
Yeah.
happen for us, but not necessarily it should be like that for everybody else.
Actually, Kurt Anderson's podcast is probably the one we did the best job at that. I don't
Yeah.
have a link to Kurt's podcast. If Kurt was in here, then he could drop it.
LinkedIn.
But yeah, see, yes, Optics has a lot better graphics than any other. And I'll agree. Factory Talk Optics really impressed me. Well, it is a purchased company. They did purchase it. It was Awesome. No, Awesome was with the name of the software. I can't remember the name of the company. They purchased the company. Is a German company? I can't remember now. I made notes on it, but I don't have my notes in front of me. And it really it is a breath of fresh air. It's a whole different angle, and and there's where I think a lot of companies they keep building on something, and I think Rockwell really got off track back on RS View, and they haven't been able to really get their visualization software where it needs to be since then. I mean, really, the old panel view standard was awesome. Then after that, it seems like they wandered off and they just, you realize you keep building on something. And really, I went in there thinking, well, Factory Talk Optics is probably just kind of more of the same, but it isn't. It's a good software. I'm gonna play with it some more. I don't know if I'm gonna do videos on it yet, but yeah. Hey, look, we got Vlad in the house. Let's see, what do you got there, Amber?
I think you need to build a tangible skill. School only teaches you theory for the most part.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And then let's see, I didn't have much success with ChatGPT either. Some blog outlines and some high level information. That's about it. Yeah, I mean, it is. I should have recorded, but you can only beat because I already made 2 derogatory videos on ChatGPT, and quite a bit of people are hateful towards me for being hateful towards it. But really, you have to know what the world you're actually asking it to do. You have to be able to check the work at the end, because yeah, you can. I did. I convinced it that you could program an Allen Bradley PLC with TIA Portal, which is Siemens software, because it is going to try to satisfy you. It's going to try to give you a satisfactory answer. It's not going to try to give you the correct answer. And that's what I was kind of saying earlier. And I talked to somebody about this, is if it had because it knows what percentage the probability of it being correct is. If it showed it there, and if if it's saying like within 80% certainty this is the correct answer, I'd be like, yeah, I'm probably with you. But on that TIA portal, it had to have been like a 2% answer. You can Google anywhere and know it wasn't true. But yeah, so I don't believe that. I believe it's kind of entertaining. I believe it has some opportunities for time savings, but I don't think it's all that.
My employer started using ChatGPT as a virtual assistant. Very helpful, at least to find the technical documents.
Yeah, and to find documents, I could see that. But yeah, still, you got to end up using your eyes, I think, to go through them. Maybe it'll get you to the page number, though. But I
Mhm.
don't know. Google gets you to the page number. Like if I click a PDF in a Google search, it automatically takes me to the page that I'm looking for. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Thank you all for the advice. My job pays well, but with my degree and certifications,
Sorry.
I definitely think that I need to start planning my next steps without making brash decisions. I agree.
Yeah.
You're doing right. You are.
Let's see. Vlad always, if Vlad makes a book recommendation, I'm sorry, and I say Vlad, this is Vladimir
Souls
Runwald, Soulless
PLC.
PLC,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a YouTube channel. Vlad, go ahead and drop your YouTube channel down there in the chat.
For
But yeah,
real.
if he recommends a book, then chances are it is well worth the read.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, he's recommending the E Myth Revisited. Oh, Preston Hadley recommended it, and Preston Hadley is a very up and coming company, very solid.
And
So
he,
yeah.
Jonathan said he'll look into that. That's
Yep.
awesome. Vlad said optics has been getting fairly negative comments on Reddit. Not sure if they're warranted or if it really is as bad as people claim. And then Ewok said, "Well, I tried optics and not a big fan. I still prefer FTView or even I prefer Wonderwear one."
So what I'll say is optics, it kind of like connected components was at like version 6. It still needs a couple revisions to smooth it out. There's still a few things that are clunky. And I'll tell you the honest thing that I think hopefully Rockwell will do something about it is this whole token system for figuring out the license is really difficult. Yeah, so that's the one part. Well, even when I was in there, they have made some things to help you figure out your tokens, but really, and it you pay per feature, and that's kind of cool because okay, if all I need is I need to show some screens, I don't need any data logging, I don't need this, I don't need that, then we're good. But there's a few tokens they just need to take out, just make part of it. And then yeah, I mean somehow they've got to yeah, it's if you're quoting a job, it's really difficult to say, well, I think this will require 16 tokens. Well, I mean, you don't know yet because you're quoting a job. You haven't even figured out it yet. So that's the part I see with that.
Linda Boy says, did you ever feel overwhelmed by how much there is to learn? I'm in a constant cycle of learning one thing, getting distracted by another, and never finishing studying anything.
Yeah, I just got reamed a couple days ago. I put out a short, and guys, I'm experimenting with shorts, cutting out the old videos, and apparently I cut this short too short
Uh,
because and then and after reading it, I was like, oh man, if I had put that next sentence in there, people would have been a lot easier on me. But this is a common issue. This is a common issue among schools, and also it's a common issue among people that are learning. And what I'll say is put blinders onto everything else and learn that one thing you're trying to learn until you know it in depth. Because what I was saying is a lot of schools will be like, well, we're going to spend a week on Allen Bradley, we're going to spend a week on Siemens, we're going to spend a week on Mitsubishi, and the students never get any in-depth knowledge. And what I say is pick one. And pick the most popular one for your area. And I'm talking about PLC brand, so what that one was about. And then learn, I mean learn every instruction. So if it's Studio 5000, you got categories up there. Learn everything on the bit category. I mean, and don't just learn what they mean. Like exercises for everyone, exercises for everything on the timer category, everything on the counter category. And when you're done with all those, you're going to have enough knowledge that you can jump to Siemens easy or Omron easy. It's going to make it a lot better. But yeah, I see a lot of people that they have the same issue. That's why, especially individuals, I discourage you from buying like our trainer for the HMI. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to sell you an HMI, but they're like, yeah, I want to learn the PLC. I need to learn to drive. I need to learn the HMI. I need to learn it all. I need to know everything. And I'm like, okay,
one thing at
but
a time.
what's the one thing that you need to really know to get going? And
Yes.
and focus on that. And then once all of a sudden you're like, I feel like I can't go any further without an HMI, that's when to purchase that piece, or that's when to move on to that piece. So yeah.
And I would on also on that note, like yes, take one thing at a time, do what Tim says, but also there's some great instructional videos out there on YouTube. And I'm not just talking about ours, Vlad does them. We have a lot of people out there that are here to help you succeed. So if you are stuck, just Google it or find it in YouTube, and there's always someone there to help you understand a little bit better or give you those keywords that you're
Yeah.
looking for.
And look to your local distributors. They're putting on seminars, and okay, yes, I know it's all pitchy. Okay, there's a little bit of a pitch maybe, but if you can learn a lot, I mean, it's like I went to that Factory Talk Optics because I knew I could not get up to speed to figure out whether how in depth I wanted to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I spent a day there with some of the smartest people as far as Factory Talk Optics, and was able to make some decisions. Now I've gone to other trainings and I'm like, okay, I thought this was what I needed, but nah, I think I'm done. Or I go and within a day I know everything that I need to know to get through that part.
Mm-hmm.
So go as deep as you can into that one thing before you skirt to the next is what I would say.
Let's see, Mike Whiting, FT Optic.
Well, no, we are one above, aren't we? Or are we not here?
I don't know.
Let's see. Yeah, don't know where we're at.
Yeah,
Oh, Factory Talk Optics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And great minds think alike. We've got to treat every opportunity as an educational experience. That is so true.
Yes.
So true. And you only learn what you make time to learn. That's true.
Well, and really, here's what I tell companies all the time is, and Mary Bruce and I have this talk a lot. I don't know if she's still on or not, but I don't know where, and call it management, or I don't know where we got off thinking that everybody has to always be busy doing something.
Mm.
Oh, don't let the boss see you standing around. Well, if that guy can stand around and think a little bit and save you time on the next time the machine's down, then that's a big deal. And that's what I see big companies do that medium-sized companies don't.
Mm.
A big company, like if you have a machine go down, one company I know, if you have a machine go down, you fix it. You have to log what you did, and then part of yours is to go practice and figure out how to do it better next time. You have a blocked off time to do training. And people come to our classes. That's one of my first questions before you come is, okay, how are you going to practice when you leave? I mean, this is not a vaccine that you get this training knowledge and you're going to have it. You got to practice hard on it.
And I love you can hear Tim constantly in his class going.
Well, we do. It's funny because we think if we're making movement, if we're, it's like I'll ask a question. That's what I try to tell them now, and sometimes I forget. It's okay for there to be a little pause and a little just stumbling time. I think we have to, well, we got to show we're doing something. People when they get stumped, they'll just start grabbing the meter and start probing stuff, and I'm just like, oh, what exactly are you checking there? Well, I just figured out how to check and make sure we have 24 volt. And I'm like, well, the PLC's turned on. You have 24 volt. But we feel like we got to be doing something. It's like, okay, let's take a little bit of time. And going back actually to London Boy, that's probably you. You feel like you got to keep, learning stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you probably need to take a pause and really think through, okay, now, what is the next thing that I can learn that is going to put me to the next level I want to be at? And that's where you need to focus at.
Yeah. Wow. Look at this, an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're supposed to be. Let's see. What's the next there, Amber? We'll get through some of these questions here.
I think everybody's just chatting amongst themselves.
Need to decide. Well, no, these are good ones. Ebonk here. Decide the long-term goal and focus on the things. Yeah, that's right, Ebonk. You do. And there's where I think medium companies is, well, no, I shouldn't generalize medium companies. Too many companies aren't thinking long term. They're, I mean, if you ain't got nothing to do, you need to at least be pushing a broom. Don't let the boss see you idle away. What good's it do to push a broom on a clean floor? Put that person in front of a PLC trainer or something and let them go learn something.
Yeah, for
I mean, your
sure.
best technicians, they ought to be sitting around learning. Because really, when the machines are down, that's when you need them to be able to spring to action. You need them as sharp as possible.
Yes,
Right.
indeed.
See, factory objects uses C plus for scripting, and that's my biggest gripe versus Ignition with Java. Python is taught in colleges, much more than C these days. And yeah, and that's yeah. I mean, I hear that gripe. I'm not really sure. Honestly, I'm not that in depth enough of it to know for sure on that. Let's see, Ebach 100%. It's impossible to do everything. Oh man, we got the emoji in YouTube. What is up with this emoji in the way that we can't read the last chat?
Truly no.
Yeah, I wish you could see our screen. Yeah, our screen just has like this big emoji stuck where we can't like see the last chat. But all right, well, we were supposed to be an hour and we are at an hour and 12 minutes. So guys, it has been outstanding. And oh, and
Video on generating HTML graphics and interfacing
yes,
to
we do.
CLC.
And we will talk about that at the next live stream. And if you didn't do so, hit that subscribe and tap that bell so you know when it happens. See you next time.